Hello, my name is Meerah and I'm a Lorekeeper in one of Yogg-Sothoth's libraries, and today I wanted to share with you guys the story of the Sage class from Black Desert. There's a reason I saved him for last. I've literally been staring at the Sage script for about a year now. It's so intimidating, so if I miss a few things, please forgive me. So the following is all going to be pretty much word for word the text from Sage's Awakening and Secession questlines. Doomed. This was what he concluded the moment was when he witnessed it. On a night where bleak darkness devoured every trace of starlight, a mysterious red star, never before seen, glimmered alone within the constellation of the Sealing Stone in the northern region of the sky. So fun fact, at this point in history, that constellation would have just been called the Square. It was only recently named the Sealing Stone. Anyway, we must all unite to prepare for the coming calamity. Otherwise, all that awaits us is annihilation. Rooks Mahadekia, nicknamed the Oddball of the Ivory Tower for his eccentric ideas, he appeared before the masses for the first time. In the blink of an eye, a crowd formed before him as he revealed the existence of the invaders he had long studied and tracked. I've seen with my own eyes the comet that orbits the North Star, a comet bearing blood-eyed dark beings that promise destruction. That's right, the fell invaders foretold in the revelations of Margahan are coming. 3 days is all they will need to reduce this glorious kingdom to nothing more than ash. But even the appearance of a mysterious comet was not enough to evoke fear in the people blessed by the bountiful Igris River. They had been lulled into the illusion of eternal abundance by the bountiful grain that lined every warehouse and the aroma of wine that accompanied every meal, despite knowing that eternal life and endless bounty did not exist in this world. They had lost themselves in their daily honeyed prosperity. Hear me, that which none have laid eyes on before is come. Pay heed to what my creation, made by my very own hands, has allowed me to witness. Believe what my astronomical telescope Atorakiaka has revealed. But before he could continue his speech, he was imprisoned for dissent. Confined to the very prison he had designed, which none had ever escaped, he set aside his sorrow for the kingdom set on the path of ruin. Then, on a night when only a sliver of moonlight shone through the bars, he vanished without a trace, except for a letter contained in a small cube he left behind. Foolish citizens, when the comet descends and the invaders bring ruin to this world, when the temples collapse and the ivory tower burns, and your tears of regret wash over the spilt earth, I will come to save you all. And so, after exactly 49 years, the comet with its invaders in tow fell upon the world. The temples collapsed, the ivory tower burned, and the earth split open. As the people shed tears of regret, they looked for his return, yet he did not come to save them. Who am I? I was asked for my name, but I couldn't give an answer. It was at that moment I realized that only my memories connected me to my past, present, and even my future. The memories I've lost have erased my past self. The memories I've recovered have erased my present self. The memories I'll make will erase my future self. And yet, within a glimpse of scattered memories, hazy recollections come to mind. Cabuenian year 286. On a particularly bright and sunlit spring day, I stood atop a podium, my intellect astounded a countless number of youthful eyes that had gathered before me. Then a pitch-black sky, ashen winds, blood-filled screams. The eyes of all life in the world were stained red, but my eyes soon regained their golden light, and I found myself with youth that seemed eternal. Cabuenian year 381. On a summer day where even a single breeze felt precious, the flowers in the kingdom of Idana had still yet to wilt. While my body, fit to lead an entire civilization, was young and magnificent, my mind was gradually crumbling away. Then the blood-eyed being in my head bid me farewell, and my body slowly welcomed death. After an unknown length of time, I was leisurely reading in the library of an ivory tower. 49 suns will rain down from the heavens, and he will return of his own accord to complete the final destiny. Suddenly, from my left, a bronze mirror reflected its light upon me, and then the sounds of increasingly ragged breathing and a wild heartbeat, like a horse startled by a bear. Cabuenian year 237. An autumn day where fallen leaves rustle with passing footfalls, I was still alive, but soon I would have no choice except to promise to the world that I would return again. And so the unstoppable and immense passage of time moved forward. Elonian year 286. In a place shrouded by eternal winter, I was still alive, and I would live on. The past is not the cause of the future, and the future is not the result of the past. Only I could decide my fate and write the final ending. My light will pierce the never-ending darkness. That's the end of the text from his Secession and Awakening questlines. But there is a bit more about Mr. Rooks, or Idana, that we do know from the beginning of the Ataraxian quests. When the deep darkness swallowed all the starlight, one tailed star spun around the North Star. They hold black spirits with blood-red eyes, and these spirits will turn this glorious kingdom into a pile of ashes. And yet the foolish masses have chosen self-extermination, and now it is my turn to choose. Even though you do not believe in me, I shall try to save you all. O Blackstone, be of aid. After lying awake for 7 days and 7 nights, I was able to determine their expected date of arrival. Based on my calculations, it would take them 49 orbits around the sun to arrive here. By that time, I'd be too old and feeble to be of any use against them. Thus, I shall take all of the power in my body, along with all of my knowledge and my consciousness, and transfer it to the Kiev. I pronounce it Kiev. Then the Black Stone shall regenerate my flesh only once. So ends all of my preparations for that day yet to come. Autolog. Intruder detected. Activating Ataraxian defense mechanisms. Critical damage alert. Removing defense mechanisms. Forced entry of research facilities. Detecting loss of Blackstones. Searching for a replacement power source. Search failed. Recommencing search. Search failed. Unavailable to carry out physical regeneration. Shutting down. He constructed Ataraxian, the stronghold of salvation, and also raised the 4 Dakimas of each region. 4 Dakimas called him Master. The energy of heavens weakens, and the world will soon crumble, followed by a great rage. In preparation for this, 100,000 weapons shall be trained in various environments of cold, heat, humidity, and aridity in times of peace. But in times of war, they will unite together to fend off any and all threats. The 4 Dakima of Ataraxian were once abandoned children who were saved from certain death by the Great Architect, or Uruks Mahadekya. They were trained to prevent the invasion of the Dark Invaders. Each was taught to believe their destiny was to design an area of Ataraxian and become heroes who'd save the world. When they reached 25 years of age, each set off to fulfill their destinies. One to Vamalkia, one to Sokrakia, another to Yolanakia, and the last to Orsekia. When their journeys ended, they returned and started building large structures based on what they'd seen during their travels. And that's it. Now that I've introduced the Dekia, next comes the Dakimas, Sage's students that built Ataraxian with him. So please keep your peepers peeped for videos coming out soon on Vaha, Sika, and Yolu. Orz's bit of the dungeon isn't out yet, but obviously when it does come out, I will make a video about her. Hope to see you next time here in the library.